MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Today we've got a good matchup ahead between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's time for Dodger Baseball. Next. Jimenez gets the start for Los Angeles in this one. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
One of the things that jumps out if you look at that stat sheet, a very high whip coming into this start. One of the things he's going to have to do a much better job, keep traffic off the bases, keep the walks down, try to limit the amount of hits. He's had a rough go of that so far this year. Let's see if he can turn it around in this one.
Standing in, Jose Reyes, and we are ready for some daytime baseball. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And now he'll try to bunt his way on to start the game. This gets foul. It's 0-1.
First pitch, 111.
Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play. Another 0-2 coming. Swing and a liner. Foul.
Hey, have an AB right here. I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these pitches off, maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
And he'll try to get him to chase the fastball there, but he lays off. 1-2. Should be a picture-perfect afternoon for baseball. 78 degrees at first pitch. The 1-2. Hit down the line at first. And the throw to first is in time. One gun.
Batting second.
A chance here to check out the starting lineup for the visiting Pirates. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
Well, one of their hotter hitters has been Carlos Santana. This guy hit over 300 last year, and man, it was impressive. Just hitting over 300 is really something special to look at. He's a consistent hitter. I love watching his approach. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He'll be there again this year if he continues to stay within himself.
Stepping in now, Mike Moustakas. As he lines it hard to the right side, but out of play. Looking at his career totals, Moustakas brings a batting average just a little over the 250 mark. Even 1-1 count to Moustakas. Nero, Danny, this LA Dodger ball club as they enter play here this afternoon. They've been hot of late, winners in 4 straight.
Yeah, Matty, I always felt like these were huge games, whether it's earlier in the season or later in the season, to find a way to get to 500. You feel like you can start fresh and start putting...
A swing and a high drive to right center field. And it's gone. A solo shot that time for Mike Moustakas. 7 home runs for him on the year now, and the Pirates are staked to a 1-0 lead.
What a way to get things started while playing on the road. Top of the first and a big fly. Just like that, they take the lead.
Batting third, the left fielder, Logan.
To the plate now, Logan Morrison. As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. That batting average hovering in the high 230s. 3 homers and 5 driven in. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And that's inside and a bit low anyways. It's 2-0. And set up working the plate is Larry Bullard, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Hey, D-Row, Larry Bullard, he's pretty much right down the middle. You see very few managers and players getting into very many confrontations with Larry.
Yeah, Larry lays in the weeds, Dan. Doesn't try and make it about him, and that's what the players love. He's got a pretty consistent strike zone, and he's approachable.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Pitch to the plate is a splitter that misses, so he's behind in the count now, 3-1.
To be honest with you, I'm a little bit more afraid of the guy on deck than the guy that's up right now. If I'm on the mound, I want this guy up right now. He's the guy that's got to beat me.
And the count will be full. The 3-2 pitch. Hard hit toward the hole. Throw on to first will get him. Scored at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now. Chris Davis at the plate now, and he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch.
Wouldn't mind the pitcher expanding the zone a little bit more and using his aggressiveness against him.
2 out, nobody on. A count of 1-1 to the Pirates' first baseman. And right into the shift, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. A swing, and this ball is blasted to right field. Nothing's going to keep this one in the ballpark. And gone. An absolute bomb. It's a solo home run for Chris Davis. Number 13 for him on the year, and that'll give the Pirates a 2-0 lead.
Boy, not the way you'd like to start a game, right? First inning, you come in, you give up 2 home runs. We'll see if he can regroup right here. It's not easy to sometimes come back from that.
That is it. The third baseman, Carlos.
So now Carlos Santana. As he'll take a look at ball 1. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Turned on, but it's wide of first and foul. Santana waiting on a 1-1. And there's ball 2 now. A bouncer to the left side. And that will be a base hit here for Santana.
Dan, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter what it looks like right there. That lawn dart felt so good.
Oh, D-Row, this guy's been due. He really needed that one.
Into the box now, number 23. He'll swing and lift a ball foul off to the left and out of play. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike. Got him swinging on the splitter that time, and with that, the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. Pirates lead it 2-0. Casey Sadler, a native of Minnesota, gets the starting nod. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, in a day and age where we don't see very many complete games, 6 really good innings in his last start to pick up the win, and I think they'll be happy if he can duplicate that again.
Digging in, Gerardo Parra. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The left fielder, Gerardo Parra.
Now here's the pitch. And he lays off there, 1-0. And guys, as we take a look at the Pirates coming into this afternoon, they came up a little short last time out, but they've still been one of the hotter teams around, winning 8 of their last 10 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, I can't tell you how important it is to throw that first run up on the board, and that's exactly what they did. A little crooked number, a 2 spot to give their pitcher a chance to relax and go out and pound the strike zone. This team has been playing red-hot baseball recently.
And that'll get by into left field, so he's on to lead off the inning.
And that's one of those plays that stay with you for an entire game. You want to get the first out on what appears to be a routine play, but you can't get it done. The good news, he has some time to redeem himself.
Here's Starlin Castro. 9 at-bats in the series and 4 base hits. First delivery to him on the way. Strike called, now to throw down. He is well behind the play. That's an easy stolen base.
Hey, it's almost impossible to throw a base runner out that gets a lead that big. And plus, this catcher's not known for having a cannon of an arm.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. Line drive to center field. That's in there. Base hit. Parra rounds the corner and is headed home. He scores. And the deficit is down to only 1 now.
Batting third, the first baseman, Billy Butler.
In now, Billy Butler, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. 276 the average coming in for him. 5 homers, 9 driven in. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. Castro on at first, nobody out. Out in front there as this one's pulled off to the left side. Throw over to first. Don't want to forget about him. Working for the punch out and the offering. Still 1-2. Nobody out, runner on first. And he got him. Stepping in, Ramon Flores. In 8 at-bats in the series, he's collected 3 hits. First pitch coming, here it is. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Line toward the gap in left center. In there, a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners following the 1-out single.
Now's a good time for your pitcher to take a deep breath. He still has the lead, although it probably doesn't feel like it. So he can't worry about how he got into this mess. He just has to figure out how to get out of this mess.
First things first, here's a throw over. back in standing. At the plate, Michael Busch fouled off. Busch, a 6'1" left-handed hitter, but throws right-handed. He's in his rookie year here at the big league level. Comes set with the 0-1.
Big pitch coming up right here. He'd love for a ground ball or a strikeout.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Struck him out. And now they'll likely need a base hit to get that runner home from third.
On the mound, he's thinking, grab some pine, Rook. Listen, for almost everyone, the adjustment to hitting big league pitching is a big one. Some guys have success when they first get called up, but as soon as teams start figuring out how to get you out, that's when the learning process really starts.
So now to the plate, number 45. And he puts it on the ground to second. On to first, and that'll do it as they manage to not let this inning get out of hand. Only one in the inning here for the guys in blue. We'll move ahead to the top of the second now. It's the Pirates 2 and the Dodgers 1. At the plate, Stephen Durham. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
The center fielder, Stephen Durham.
Now here's the pitch.
1-0.
The 1-0.
Hey. 1-1.
Looking to drop one down, but he can't make contact. 1-2.
1-2.
Got him swinging on the split-fingered pitch, and that's out number 1. Didn't look to me like that was much of a protect swing with 2 strikes.
No, he was trying to go yard, 2 strikes or not. Kind of looks bad if you strike out like he did, though. I'm sure his manager would have liked for him to focus on getting on base.
Into the box, Nelson Hahn. He'll try to bunt his way on as he gets this one down. But a foul ball here, 0-1. Liner towards second. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
There's a lot of moving parts in some guys' swings. It usually takes them a month or so to get it ironed out.
To the plate now, Casey Sadler. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Runners on first with 1 down. A ball and a strike. Pirates pitcher at the plate with a 1-2 count. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Hit on the ground to third. And the pitcher's got himself a base hit.
Pitcher got a little cute there. Fish ain't biting. This guy knows how to swing the stick. A knock on a curveball. Nice piece of hitting.
At the plate now, Jose Reyes. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike one. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. This is line to left, and that's in there. Base hit. Hahn blows through the stop sign, headed for home. The tag, and he's in there as they extend their lead to 2.
Hey, Dero, they're making this guy pay. That's 3 straight singles and a run driven in.
Yeah, nothing hit extremely hard. Killing them softly, station to station with those knocks.
Stepping in now, Mike Moustakas. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Pulled toward right center field. Flores comes on now and makes the catch in shallow center for round number 2. At the plate, Logan Morrison. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch of the at bat on its way.
Even though it's early on in this one, anytime you get runners in scoring position, you'd like to knock them in.
Here's the 0-1. Hit hard on the ground to first. Reined in. Throw to first in time, and the big inning is avoided as this side is retired. Pirates get just the 1, and that's all. On now to the bottom of the second. Pirates on top, 3-1. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and standing in is the veteran third baseman, Matt Davidson.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Sinker to open the AB, in there for strike 1. Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Durham is right there, 1 down.
Batting it, the catcher.
Take a look at the Pittsburgh Pirates defensive lineup. And diving into the numbers on this team, the one thing that jumps off the page is the fact that these guys can flat play D. The highest fielding percentage in the league. Something to focus on today when you're watching this one.
At the plate, J.P. Asensio, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Asensio playing here in his age 34 season. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
And he fouls this one off. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Standing in now, Jimenez, as he'll take one on the inside corner at the knees. It's strike 1. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Yeah, if he's going to pound the zone with this stuff all game, the offense better step up. Somebody's going to have to pull a trigger a little bit earlier in the count.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. On, he pops it up. Davis in foul ground. And no one can get there. He'll try it again. The next 0-2.
I got the count 1 and 2.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
A swing and a miss at a sinker. The strikeout retires the side. Inning is over.
Dodgers down in order. They still trail it here 3-1. All set for the start of the inning, and set to go is the veteran first baseman, Chris Davis.
We all know this guy's a real good fastball hitter. We saw how far he could hit one. He got a fastball that he liked, and he turned that thing around, and it got out of here in a hurry.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
That's the ball.
There's not too many umpires in the game that are going to ring that for a strike right there. That was borderline up, even though it was in the zone.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. And with 1 gone in the inning, let's give you a look at the current standings in the National League West entering play as you see where the Dodgers find themselves in the division race. Now at the plate, Carlos Santana, 1 for 1 after a single his first time up.
Yeah, guys, everyone knows he's been slumping. Dan, you can certainly attest to this, only amassing a solid 1 hit in your entire career. But pressure's off now. Maybe he gets hot.
Oh, and a hearty cut there to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
What I love right there is just the freedom in that hack. He ain't trying to do anything but hit the baseball as far as he can.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Left center, base hit.
Man, I watched Chipper Jones for years, one of the best switch hitters of all time, work on his craft under the tunnel. It's not easy to put the time in, but bottom line is, one of the reasons why they do it is the ability to work the whole field. Clearly, he's been putting in that work, and it paid off right there.
Into the box now, number 23, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. The 0-1 pitch. Line drive, base hit down the line.
The good news for pitchers in this park is that it doesn't give up many home runs. A lot of room in the outfield. Sometimes that's the bad news as well, though, because there's a lot of space for hits to get down and to go for extra bases just like that.
Into the box, Stephen Durham, and he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball. 1-0. He's got a chance to add to this early lead as he'll bat with a couple of guys in scoring position. The 1-0 is looked at for ball number 2.
Lots of hits given up, but so far no walks. At least he's making them work to get on base. Problem is, they haven't had to work too hard.
Three and 0 now.
Props to the hitter right there for laying off with a guy on third. You want to be aggressive, but you have to get a pitch you can drive.
Here's the 3-0. And he looks at one that misses ball 4, so that'll load him up, but at least the double play is in order here with one away.
Well, some might say a walk there is okay because you've got first base open, but he's been struggling out there. And if you're going to work around hitters, you don't want to work around hitters in the bottom of the lineup.
Stepping into the box, Nelson Hahn. He reached on a single in his first try. From the belt, kicks and deals. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Now the 0-1. Lifted down the line in left. Davidson in foul ground. And no one will track it down. 0-2, here it comes.
Hey, this is a monster strikeout situation right here. The double play would be great in this situation, but I know he's going for the K. You get a 1-2 count on a guy, he's going to throw his nastiest stuff.
Third inning here. 3-1 our score. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. And foul. The 1-2. Liner toward right center. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. 1 run is scored. But the throw is well up the line, and a second run's going to score.
And he seems to be in a little bit of a funk as of late. Not sure if it's mechanical or psychological, but something is definitely off. Gave up 5 runs last time out and 5 more here. Not the kind of consistency you're looking for from a starting pitcher.
At the plate now, Casey Sadler, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. A base hit in his first trip. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, and that'll drop into no man's land out there for a base hit. And that'll plate run number 6. It's now a 6-1 ball game.
Well, when your starter has a rough start, you'd like to give him some time to get out of trouble. But that's 6 runs he's given up in the early going. You have to wonder how much more time they're going to stick with him.
Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. Here comes the Dodger manager making his way toward the mound, and it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. So he'll exit here this afternoon to a smattering of boos after what can be described as really a subpar performance. Dustin May is going to come on to pitch here, and in just the third inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings.
Dustin May.
So now to the plate, Jose Reyes, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Ball 1.
You know he wants that on the mound, especially if it would have made the count 0-2. Didn't get it, though, so now you have to make another quality pitch on 1-1.
From the belt, the pitch. Swinging a soft liner, but gloved by the third baseman for the out.
Next to pitch.
Ready for another chance? Mike Moustakas. 2 on, 2 out for him here in the third. First pitch coming. Here it is.
That's the ball.
With runners in scoring position this season, Moustakas is below the Mendoza line. The batting average under 200, unfortunately.
Yeah, Matty, he's well aware of it. Runners in scoring position, that's where you need to be on your game. He's just...
Bullet to second base. A fine play, and that ends the inning. So they pick up 3 runs on 4 base hits, no errors, and a couple of men left. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. Pittsburgh leads this one 6-1.
Welcome back as the Dodgers prepare for their third turn batting in this one. And fans of the boys in blue have been treated to quite a bit of production from this lineup so far this year. They come into the game with the fewest strikeouts of any team in the league. And when I caught up with some of the players during batting practice and asked them about that, they all reiterated that they don't want to be an all-or-nothing kind of offensive team. They said it's important to their success that they battle, make pitchers work, and do their best every time up to put the ball in play. Not every team buys into that philosophy, but it definitely seems to work for these guys. Matt?
Thank you, Heidi.
All right.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Gerardo Parra is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1.
Hey, with this big a lead, you have to just pound the zone and force this team to get aggressive in the box.
Runs up and gets this one down. Throw will not be in time as a perfect bunt there nets him a base runner to lead off the inning.
Batter number 13, shortstop, Starlin Castro.
So here's Starlin Castro. Drops one down here and he'll try to beat it out. But this is foul for the first strike. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Runner goes for second. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And it skips in as he steals the bag easily.
He picked a good pitch to run on at that time, and it really paid off. A changeup down in the zone is a really tough pitch for the guy behind the plate to catch and throw on, so he didn't stand much of a chance there.
The 1-1 pitch. Looked like that one tied him up a bit. A swing and a miss. Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2.
You know he's probably cheating on that inside pitch after he got jammed earlier. If you're on the mound right now, you want to try to hit that outside corner, and there's a pretty good chance you'll get him to roll over something.
2-2 count. Here it comes. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning.
Now batting.
Digging in now, Billy Butler. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First pitch on its way. Line toward right center. That's in there. Base hit. And the runner scores from second as they cut away into that deficit here. That makes it a 6-2 game.
Hey, Dero, there's a prime example of a little ambush piece, right? Come up there looking to hit right off the get-go. First pitch comes in, whack, base hit.
Yeah, you want to know if this guy was ready to go? He had a game plan. Hashtag ambush. Here we go now.
At the plate, Ramon Flores, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. Runner at first here, 1 man out. In there, and he's in control. 0-2 now.
I got the count 0-2.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. He pulls this one into right. but he'll barely have to move out there in right as he hauls this one in for the second out.
Now batting, second baseman, Michael Bush.
Next up for Los Angeles, Michael Bush. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Late that time for a strike. Down the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. From the belt, the pitch.
Well, that's a smart miss there. Sometimes guys will chase it down there, especially when they're in protect mode on an 0-2 count.
Fouled away. 2 out with the man at first. Right side. And that's through for a hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
He looked a little bit out in front right there, but he's able to pull that ground ball through the hole for a single.
To the plate now, number 45. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Hoping to limit the damage, here's the pitch. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. And a relay to the plate. And he will score ahead of the play, and that'll cut things to 6-3 now.
Hey, there's a bullet base hit right to center field, D-Row. Looked like there was going to be a close play at the plate. Good job of base running, rounding third, making sure that he was able to get in to score.
This is always one I wonder why the third base coach doesn't send more. You see more balls from the center fielder hit the mound and not make it all the way home with a lot of steam on it. Nice aggressive base running.
The 1-0. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Right fielder coming on. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. On now to the top of inning number 4. Bucks out in front, 6-3. Welcome back to Dodger Stadium. Let's send it down to the field and Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, I talked with Pittsburgh's manager during the inning break about the Pirates' offensive production to this point, and he was very pleased with how little they're swinging and missing right now. He said it's been quite a show that they put on at the plate today, and not just in terms of hits and runs. Yes, they have a ton of hits, but they've also only struck out 2 times. That's a rarity in the sport these days, but it also seems to be a winning formula.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. New inning set to get underway, and coming forward, the veteran outfielder, Logan Morrison.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. In there, and it's 0-1. And that's into the corner, a foul ball in right. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Tried to get him to chase the cutter there. A ball and 2 strikes.
That's a good pitch to lay off right there. That cutter inside. And that is a real tough pitch for hitters to lay off of. And a lot of times, if you do swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some firewood in a broken bat.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. And he jumps on this one. It's high and deep to center. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
The first baseman, number 19, Chris Davis.
Standing in, Chris Davis. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
1-0.
6 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error in the contest for the Pirates so far. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now.
Pitching isn't always about getting everyone out. Sometimes it's about being smart and knowing when to pick your battles. He's been really careful with this hitter so far, and rightfully so.
Too tight with that one. 3-0.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had the green light here. Matter of fact, I know he's got the green light here. He's looking for something set or cut, and he's looking to do damage.
And that misses as Davis will reach. It's ball 4.
And with the bases empty and 3 balls, I think they were probably just saying, hey, we're not going to compound our mistakes here. Better issue a free pass and give him something to drive.
Here's Carlos Santana now. First pitch coming. Here it is.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Hara is in his tracks now as he makes the catch for out number 2. Now in the box, number 23. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. Here comes the first pitch. Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
6 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error in the contest for the Pirates so far.
Hit hard towards second. And a leaping effort there, but this is down into right center, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
No mistake what he was sitting on. Fastball, middle of the plate, kept his hands back, stayed through the baseball, and delivers a hard hit line drive.
Into the box now, Stephen Durham, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball 1-0. It was a walk in his last trip. The 1-0 home.
1-1.
Durham is a guy that can really pick him up and put him down, if you will. He's a plus runner and really uses speed to his advantage in multiple ways on the field.
Yeah, and it works for him. It works for him in a lot of ways, like you said, Matty. Hits the ball on the ground. He has the potential to beat it out. I can't tell you what this does for an infield or an outfield.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Pirates strand a couple as they're unable to add to their 6-3 lead. Leading off the inning, J.P. Asensio, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
J.P. Asensio.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Well, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2. Might have been looking to find that outside corner, but he couldn't quite get it there. It's 1-2.
Great arm action on that 2-strike changeup right there, but even better job at the plate to take that one.
Two and two to the Dodgers catcher. And this is yanked hard down the left field line. And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
When you heard the crack of the bat, you just knew that was going to get down for an extra base hit. Great way to start an inning, that's for sure.
Into the box, Dustin May. And he'll smartly just ensure that this stays a foul ball. No, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two. Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. And an unproductive at-bat that time as the runner holds at second with one away now. At the plate, Gerardo Parra. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. First delivery to him on the way. And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. The 0-1 pitch. Driven to right field and deep. A ball that's carrying. But he can't get it as it's off the wall. And he will check in with his first extra base hit of the year. It's a double.
Up next to the Dodgers.
Man, that's got to be a base running mistake right there. But taking a look at it, I guess in his defense, he had to wait to see if the ball was going to be caught. By the time he saw it get down, the ball was already on its way back to the infield.
Standing in now, Starlin Castro, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball one. The 1-0 home.
Inside, ball 3.
Billy Butler is on deck. And he misses with it, ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really going to need to get a ground ball.
3 of those pitches were definitely out of the zone, but that last pitch looked pretty darn good to me. You're not usually going to get many favorable calls on 3-0, though. You have to earn that spot.
So striding forward now, Billy Butler. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Center fielder giving chase. He gets there to make the catch, but this should bring home a run as the runner tags from third. And he will score ahead of the play, and that'll close the gap to 2. It's 6-4 now.
Obviously, he's hoping for more up there with the bases loaded, but you can't be too upset with a sac fly.
Now at the plate, Ramon Flores. From the stretch, here's the pitch. 2 down, runners at first and second. This is pulled into right, and that's in there, base hit. And And they'll put the brakes on that runner at third, and that means the bases are loaded now with 2 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, the second baseman, Michael Wood.
First pitch on its way. Strike taken as that one crosses over the inside part of the plate.
It's really hard to match up this poor performance when you dive into the numbers. This guy's thrown over 80% of his first pitches for strikes, but he's going to need to have to clean his stuff up a little bit better and get the ball.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. So 1 run here on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 men left stranded. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. Pirates lead it 6-4. So stepping in, Nelson Hahn. He drove home 2 with a single in his last plate appearance. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Driven nicely into the gap. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And this throw gets away from him.
So with your pitcher due up next, you can either have him bunt, or you can even think about having him show bunt to draw the corners in and then let him swing away. Depends on how much confidence they have in him with a bat in his hands.
In now, Casey Sadler, and he'll try to get that runner to third, but this one gets fouled. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. In there, and he's ahead 0-2 now.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Line to the right side. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit. And they'll put the brakes on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
Hey, have a day right here. 3rd knock of the game for the pitcher. Don't be shocked if he's not in a 3-hole for this manager tomorrow.
So now to the plate, Jose Reyes. He swings and grounds it to short. To second for 1. On to first, and it's a double play, although the run does come in to score from third.
It certainly looked like they might have had a big inning cooking there with first and third and no outs, but the double play kind of kills it. They did get the run in, but the batter doesn't get credit for an RBI.
So 2 gone here in the Pirates' 5th. And up next, the former World Series hero, Mike Moustakas. Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. And he takes ball 1. Count now a ball and a strike. The 1-1. He pulls this one into right. Number 45 is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 1 in the inning for the Pirates on a couple of hits. Last half of the 5th coming up. Pittsburgh leads this one 7-4. Digging in, number 45. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
The right fielder, number 45.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Pulled toward right center field. Durham has it, and it's a quick out, number 1.
the batter.
Now to
Number
the plate,
64.
Matt Davidson. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. Here comes the 0-1. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Under it is Morrison now, and there are 2 away. Now at the plate, J.P. Asensio, 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. First offering on its way. Hit on the ground to short. Scooped up. Throw on to Davis takes care of him, and that'll end the inning. Dodgers retired on just 4 pitches. They're on the short end of a 7-4 score. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and that'll bring up the big left-handed bat of Logan Morrison. First pitch coming. Here it is. And a curveball in for a strike. And it's fouled away.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. And he'll just waste one there. 1-2.
Hey, textbook waste pitch right there. Does he go elevated fastball again or something slow below the zone?
And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. That's lifted the other way out to left. Left fielder is on the move. Now this will rattle up against the wall. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
He got the pitch he wanted, and he didn't miss it right there. Hammer job.
Chris Davis will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. From the belt, kicks and deals. This one's down to third. And that's out number 1. Runner at second, 1 away, and that'll bring in one of the best on-base percentage players in the game, Carlos Santana. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that's inside for a ball, 1-0. From the stretch. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner, but it bends just foul into the second deck. Now the 1-1 pitch is taken for strike 2. Oh, forget about this one. Baba Booey. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. So it's a 2-run shot to right center. 7 home runs for him on the year now, as this is now a 5-run cushion.
Man, you could tell by the sound of that one off the bat that was going a long way.
At the plate, number 23. Swing and a long drive again. This one to deep center. Gone. Back-to-back jacks on back-to-back pitches. So it's a solo shot to dead center. Home run number 9 on the year, as it's now a 6-run ball game.
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same inning. Watch yourself. You're missing over the heart of the plate.
Now back, the center fielder, Steven Durham.
Stepping in now, Stephen Durham, as he rips it on the ground to second. And that's through for his first base hit in this one.
Yeah, I don't know if I love the approach of pulling the trigger on that 0-0 pitch. I can't imagine that's exactly what he's looking for. The result works. Pitcher can't be too mad.
Here's a look over to first. Runner back standing. And again a throw, and he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. At the plate now, Nelson Hahn.
He swings and sends it in the air to right center field.
Flores is there, 2 gone. Stepping in, Casey Sadler. He singled his last time up.
Yeah, he showed like a little prowess with the bat right there, Dan. I'd be surprised if they don't attack him a little bit more carefully this AB.
Fastball in there for a called strike. Sent out to straightaway center field. Flores is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. So 2 home runs in the inning lead to 3 runs on the scoreboard. 9, 1, and 2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. Bucks out in front, 10-4. Juan Francisco is going to come off the bench as he'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6.
Francisco.
Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. Soft liner toward first. And that's going to be a base hit. So a great job off the bench as he's aboard to kick off their half of the inning.
Well, they've been treating him like a punching bag out there. As we take a look at the line, you can see that he's given up double-digit hits, and things don't look like they're going to get any better. He might not last much longer.
To the plate now, Gerardo Parra, as he rips it on the ground to second. The second for 1, on to first to complete the double play.
Boy, that's about as easy as it comes. A chopper, 2-hopper turns into a tailor-made 4-6-3 double play.
So 2 gone now for the Dodgers in the 6th, and that'll bring in the shortstop Starlin Castro. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Good pitch to hit, a sinker down the chute, but it's taken for a strike.
You rarely see a pitcher of this quality throw one right down the middle, and man, as a hitter, probably a good chance you're not going to see that pitch again.
Hit down the third baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike